The 15th Doctor in his first solo outing has finally been unleashed on the world, and brother, we've got conflicting reports. Doctor Who review care of the Daily Mail, all swinging, all dancing. This athletic new 5-star Doctor has thankfully left the weary, wokey preaching behind, says Christopher Stevens. Well, Christopher Stevens, you, my friend, are a liar, because your boy checked out a couple of clips and listened to a few reviews and waited for some numbers to come out before fully assessing the situation. And guess what? This right here, I don't know what you're doing, man. I really have absolutely no clue where you're getting that information from, okay? Outside of maybe watching a couple of promotional stills? Like, I don't know how you come to this conclusion. He scales church towers and leaps across rooftops like Spider-Man. It's interesting. The 15th Doctor does have a fascination with web and, slinging a couple of them across his face, neck, and chest. I guess that's about where the only similarities with him and Spider-Man would show up, but okay. A pair of anti-gravity gloves enable him to swing through the air like Batman. No, that analogy would work a little bit better with Spider-Man. You want to go gliding across rooftops or leaping tall buildings, getting about, all the way to the apex of your jump and then just landing directly down on the tallest, pointiest building you can find. I think that would be a little bit more apropos. His leather overcoat is practically Superman's cape. Oh my god, for a Doctor that's going to have for the first time ever, a multitude of signature looks. Yeah, I wouldn't get too attached to that coat, my dude, but you haven't really gotten into the review of the episode itself. Oh, I'm sorry, depending on where you're at, because it was actually marketed as a Christmas special over in the UK, but on American shores on Disney Plus, because that's where all of the money's coming from, of course. And why there's such a strong emphasis on the message. It was just simply the 60th anniversary, part 4. Oh, yeah, okay. Impossibly elegant, athletic, and balletic. Heavy emphasis on balls. Actor Ncuti Gatwa has reinvented the Time Lord as a superhero. Yeah, a superhero that wears a tank top and a skirt or a kilt. Whatever makes you feel better. Dances around with guys in a club with rave music playing in the background. Okay. I guess like Spider-Man uses his spider senses to catch a glass at the club. That's the big reinvention that you're going for. That's what makes this Doctor a superhero and the rest of them just so simply mundane. Doctor Who returned for a Christmas special with an all-new cast and writer Russell T Davies back running the show. And it's interesting because also did a video recently. What was that? It came out on Christmas Eve, right? I think on Christmas Eve, about Zack Snyder and his goofy Rebel Moon disaster that is currently clogging up Netflix, and everybody going, guys, don't worry, it'll make a lot more sense when Zack Snyder's vision isn't meddled with. Okay, we exposed him as kind of a hack for all of the credit that he gets from the mainstream. Well, you know what? He's really good at adapting other people's work. He makes them look visually stunning. Spoilers: The Watchmen, Dawn of the Dead, 300, the films, normally the triumvirate of films that he gets the most credit for. He wasn't the director of photography on any of those, and he also wasn't the writer. So what exactly did he do? Yeah, he was the director, but the script and the adaptation was already done for you. You didn't set up the shots or anything like that. So basically what, you were chatting up the PA? That's about it. And that's what I found out recently about Russell T Davies as well. For as much praise as he got during the first few seasons of the reboot of Doctor Who in 2005, well, he had a silent and sometimes credited writing partner, the guy who would eventually take over for him when RTD left the first time, Chris Chibnall. Oh yes, he's kind of a disaster area in and of himself, but I guess when you just have those two negative forces working together, they somehow created magic. But now that RTD is back and basically running Doctor Who, kind of like his follow-up project after leaving the reboot, Ncuti Gatwa's Doctor is queer, and other things we learned in Doctor Who's Christmas special. Oh yeah, it's got the big gay. You better believe that. Doctor Who has delivered Ncuti Gatwa's first full episode as the 15th Doctor in the Christmas special Christmas Day special debut, The Church on Ruby Road. Here are 5 things that we learned. Obviously, I'm not going to read all of this, and yeah, it's going to be a little bit propagandistic. It is pink news after all, but they are celebrating this like it is the greatest thing ever. Because they got exactly what they wanted, okay? They got a gay black man playing a signature role, co-opted it fully, and if you don't like it, well, you're just going to be a bigot or a homophobe, right? So you can get away with everything, including this little ditty right here, okay? I won't be able to play all of it because the BBC is very vivacious when it comes to copyright claiming stuff, so either going to have to, stop and comment on it liberally, or, we'll just stop when the cringe gets too bad. It's $1.21. I guarantee you we're not going to get through all of it. Well, let's see what we can do. So, okay, it's like you can kind of see the updated graphics. It's like, okay, this goblin that's in the background looks pretty good, okay? Especially by Doctor Who standards. No offense, but it was never known for its high production values. But, here we go.
Rocket Janice!
Lord. So, okay, like, you can see it in the back, okay? It's like, I know it's supposed to be campy. I know that he's supposed to be using the power of the song to distract the goblins in order to win the day, but did you have to go did you have to be so gay about it? Okay. So, yeah. Yeah, okay, fantastic and stuff. And yeah, the creatures look good, but this is what people want for their science fiction franchise. But also, something else that Russell T Davies recently said as well, is he would consider Doctor Who to be more of a fantasy franchise and a science fiction franchise, ergo this current run of nonsensical babble. Oh, that's a nice shot. Okay. Oh my god, that's about it. Okay, you get the rest of it. If you're so inclined, okay, if you were looking forward to having a musical Doctor Who, the most, in the words of RTD, the gayest Doctor ever, well, have fun with that. Going back to the top 5 things that we learned from the new Christmas special, Ncuti's 15th Doctor is unapologetically and vocally queer. Right, what was that again? What was this headline? Right, wokey preaching behind. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, right, okay. After Tennant's 14th Doctor expressed his attraction to Isaac Newton during the 60th anniversary special. Yeah, the second bottle episode of your 60th anniversary. Interesting. From the get-go, Gatwa's 15th Doctor has proven that he's not shying away from his identity, because these talentless modern actors and writers only know how to discuss their own lived experience. This is why everything stinks. As a gender-fluid, queer Time Lord, we got our first hint during the episode when the Doctor regales Ruby with a story about having a hot summer with Harry Houdini. Yeah, that presaged all the singing and dancing. Hey, there was a time when, I went back, and instead of, solving problems throughout all of space and time, I just spent an entire summer putting something more than just a rabbit in Harry's hat. Without actor Jonathan Groff set to make an appearance in a future episode, we wouldn't be even surprised if the 15th Doctor gets an explicit same-sex love affair soon. Fantastic! Can't wait! The Black British community sits at the heart of the new season. Yes, fantastic. All 7% of them. So glad. So glad you decided to do that. Not saying you can't, but if you're going to make this the central theme of your science fiction show, bold strategy. See if it works out for you. Episode includes some gorgeous scenes of the Doctor bonding with Clara and exchanging tongue-in-cheek repartee with Cherry, who is totally swooning over how hot the Doctor is. Aren't we all? The timeless children will be a key theme in the upcoming season. Fantastic stuff. The one episode, okay, the retconning of the past, where the first Doctor is no longer William Hartnell. It is simply an immortal young black girl that got tested on by an evil female Doctor at the beginning of time. Wow, wonderful. Nothing like doubling down on failure. Moving to the mechanics of the episode. Oh, well, that's good. There's no doubt the showrunners, Russell T Davies, has planted the seeds for the overarching plot that will follow Ruby and the Doctor throughout their new season. During the episode, the Doctor is forced to go back to the moment Ruby was abandoned on a church doorstep to save her from being stolen by goblins. Living with goblins, laying with goblins. No, that would imply something was fun. And rewriting history. There he is. He spots a person laid in the snow and decides to turn over the other cheek, clearly implying and identifying to the elusive hooded figure will play a pivotal role in the future. More pertinently, it seems that the Doctor's own birth mystery will be explored further in upcoming episodes. During Jodie Whittaker's final destructive season, we discovered that the Doctor was discovered underneath a wormhole and experimented on as a child, making them an anomaly and forcing them to question where they truly came from. The Doctor and Ruby, brought together in their shared confusion of their origins, Davies will hopefully delve deeper into the fascinating piece of lore created by ex-showrunner Chris Chibnall. Yes, fascinating, divisive, awful, however you'd like to describe it. And yes, the big elephant, well, I guess mouse in this situation in the room, Disney's Doctor Who budget is changing the game. And with all of that updated budget, increased funds into the show, comes a heaping helping of agenda. Doctor Who is not only back on Christmas Day, but it is reunited with a mega budget with the support of major streaming platform Disney Plus. And, well, okay, let's cut to the chase. How well did this end up working out for them? Well, okay, it tracked. It ended up in the top 3 of things that people in the UK watched on the day of Christmas when it came out. The King's Message, okay, that totally makes sense. His first official address has the chief monarch of the land, and of course, like the Queen's address, it was always incredibly popular. Strictly Come Dancing, oh, fantastic, a reality show. And then Doctor Who, the maiden voyage of a brand new regenerated Doctor, and it's a Christmas special, the first time that that's happened since 2017. You only finished 3rd, huh? Interesting. And yeah, I already got it highlighted. So first and foremost, 5.9 million viewers checked out the King's Address. Huge drop from Charles' first ever Christmas message as monarch last year. Oh, ended up getting that off. Which received 10.72 million views. Wasn't this coronation this year? I've yet to make my list of everything that I'm going to be discussing in the year end, but I'm pretty sure, didn't he have his coronation this year? Anyways, the UK would know better anyways, obviously. Second place with 5.3 million viewers was Strictly Come Dancing, Christmas special, obviously. And then Doctor Who's third most viewed program with 4.7 million viewers. 4.7 million viewers in his first full adventure as the Doctor. How does that shape up? Well, the last time that the Doctor regenerated, okay, the last time that we got a glimpse of the 13th Doctor on Christmas Day was on that fated final Christmas special where 7.92 million viewers checked it out. Bit of a drop off right there, but of course, Jodie's first outing, Jodie's first solo affair, 10.96 million viewers. 10.96 million viewers. And remember, compare and contrast that with the first time after the bi-generation of Ncuti Gatwa, 7.85, down from the first of the 3 60th anniversaries, and still down from the final outing of the destructive 13th Doctor's reign of 5.3 million. This franchise, man, I've said it multiple times over in doing these videos, I feel really bad for you Who enthusiasts, because by the time that this series comes back around in May, is anybody going to be left to watch it? It's just about hitting record lows. It is just about hitting cancellation levels. It isn't going to hit it, because Disney has funded this for at least 2 seasons. So it's going to at least go that long. But then after that, and we know the financial state that Disney is in right now, did we just see the first outing of the final Doctor? If you follow the numbers, and that is something that I like to do on this channel, or as hell seems that way, R.I.P. Doctor Who for sure this time around. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.